Good afternoon, sir.
आइए बैठिए.
Thank you, sir.
Are you fully vaccinated?
Yes, sir.
Now you can remove your mask.
Thanks.
Give your brief introduction.
Good afternoon, respected panel members. I am Nayan Gautam and I am from Aligarh. I've done my schooling from St. Fidley Senior Secondary School and I've done my graduation in Information Technology from Bundelkhand Institute of Engineering and Technology, Jhansi in 2019. And I've been preparing for civil services ever since.
And your hobbies?
So my hobbies are football, chess and watching foreign language cinema.
And you have opted for which subject?
Sociology.
And then I have observed that you have appeared in UPSC, almost 3 attempts over there.
Yes, sir.
2020 to 2022. What happened there?
Sir, I could not clear for the previous 2 attempts, but this time I'm writing the mains.
You are writing the mains. That is to 2022.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And this is your first attempt at UPPSC?
No, sir. I've previously given UPPSC 2 times before. This is my second attempt.
This is your second attempt?
Yes.
Okay. And what about earlier attempts?
I could not clear the prelims stage.
Okay. Then why do you want to join civil service?
Sir, because I think that civil services would provide an opportunity for me to realize my true potential and to be of service to the nation and to the community at large.
Any other goal?
So this has been my prime motivation.
Prime motivation?
Yes.
Right since the beginning?
Yes, sir.
Then why did you go for BTech?
So because I have been interested in computer science ever since I was a kid, and after doing my 12th, I thought that choosing computer science as my vocation would be the right choice.
Mm-hmm. Then I have come to know that in UP engineering colleges, most of the students or aspirants, they are opting for computer science and not civil engineering or mechanical engineering. Why?
So because I think it is linked with the recent trend of growing opportunities and employment in the IT sector. Mm-hmm. So it is undeniable that right now, if we look purely in mechanistic terms, in terms of jobs that would be provided to the students after they are graduated, I think computer science provides the best opportunity.
Okay. So when we talk about the digital governance in UP, what are the examples?
There are numerous examples, many initiatives that the government of Uttar Pradesh has undertaken, like the Shram portal and the online portal of public grievance redressal, and there's also one portal for online grievance redressal especially for women. So these are one of the most prominent examples of the digital governance that UP government has undertaken.
UP government has initiated many portals. You have just mentioned 2 or 3. Can you recollect some more portals?
Sorry, sir, I'm not able to recall right now.
Are you aware of some of the important program and policies introduced by the government of UP for upliftment of women or for the strengthening of empowerment of women? Do you recollect?
Sorry, sir, I'm not able to pinpoint the exact programs.
No problem. You are from Jhansi.
So I am from Aligarh.
Aligarh. And you have also done your BTech from Jhansi.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then you also have idea about Bundelkhand area.
Yes.
Now Bundelkhand area, that is, there is almost a scarcity of water. So can you suggest some of the measures just to solve that problem?
Since Bundelkhand region has water scarcity, that doesn't mean that Bundelkhand has a dearth of water resources.
Yeah.
There are plenty of rivers flowing in the Bundelkhand region. The only problem is the last mile accessibility. So for remediation of such problems, government has undertaken numerous small hydroelectric projects and numerous canals and dug wells in the Bundelkhand region. So I think that has been one of the prime contributions of the government in alleviating the water stress, because the topography of the region does not permit the boring of dug wells in such a region. It is more appropriate to channelize the rivers, the tributaries to the further reaches of the region.
Okay, last question from my side, Nan. What is the position of India in solar energy?
So India is a global leader in solar energy. According to a recent report released by IEA, India is among the top 10 countries when it comes to solar energy production, which was not the case prior to a decade. So I think, and the other initiatives of India like International Solar Alliance and One Sun, World and One Grid, India has been making progress and showing the world that what is the importance of solar energy and what we can achieve.
Which state produces the maximum solar energy in India?
Sir, I'm not completely sure, but if I'm allowed, I would like to guess.
Yes, make a guess.
I think it would be Rajasthan or Gujarat.
And what about Uttar Pradesh?
So Uttar Pradesh is a heavily populated region, and to produce solar energy on a very, very large scale, we would need a large area of uninhabited lands if we are not incorporating the solar energy techniques into our everyday urban lives. So I think Uttar Pradesh has a potential if it channelizes enough resources in the Bundelkhand region for solar energy generation, but right now we are not at our optimum position.
I have heard that UP has become the first state to use solar energy in green booth. Do you have any idea?
Sorry, sir, I'm not.
You don't have the idea of green booth. What is green booth? You don't have that.
Yes, sir, I don't know.
Okay.
Nayan, number of districts in UP?
75.
Divisions?
18.
Tehsils?
I'm not sure about that.
Okay. Which division your district falls in?
In 𝐸𝐻𝐻 division.
Okay. How many districts are there in this division?
4.
Which ones?
𝐸𝐻𝐻, Hathras, �KASGANJ and 𝐸TA.
Why �KASGANJ is in news for wrong regions?
Sir, I'm not able to recall any of the recent happenings in �KASGANJ.
Okay. You said that you like to watch foreign language films. Why foreign language films?
So because they are different from the mainstream media that we are consuming on a day-to-day basis. The media which is tailored to be for mass consumption, they do not delve into the subaltern views. That's why I like to watch such movies which will enhance my worldview and which will help me in being a better person overall.
Any preference for any specific foreign language film?
No, sir.
Any foreign language film?
Are you asking me for a preference for a language?
Yeah.
Sir, I've seen a couple of Chinese Mandarin language movies.
Okay. With English subtitles, or do you understand Mandarin?
With English subtitles.
Okay. Recently, there is some new study, and you're a student of sociology, so you could have studied in deep depth about polygyny. What is the latest study about polygyny, polygamy, polyandry? What's the status of Indian society about polygyny?
The polygyny has been prevalent in Indian society, but not on a very large scale. We are not alien to the concept of it, as many tribes from Kashmir to Kanyakumari are engaging in some sort of polygyny, polyandry and polygamy since aeons. So it's not a totally foreign concept to us, but it never gained traction as a mainstream form of relationship between two individuals.
So why it prevails in Indian society, and in which section of society it prevails more?
Sir, it is mostly contained to the tribal people, and polyandry has also been observed in water-stressed region of Maharashtra, and polygamy is also observed in water-stressed region of Malwa, Punjab. So many social and cultural factors are at play when we look at unconventional forms of marriage in India.
Why?
Because India is more or less a monogamous society. If we look at the major religions of India, that is Hinduism and Islam, although they might have some provisions in case of a polygyny, but the preferred mode of relationship is monogamy.
Okay. So in which religious group, according to the latest study, which religious group is polygyny found highest?
So I'm not completely sure, but if I have to guess, it would be the adherents of Islam.
No, it's factually wrong. Christians are having higher percentage of polygyny than Muslims. Okay, then let's turn into economic domain. UP government is implementing enthusiastically an industrial policy. When this policy was announced or designed?
So it was announced in 2019.
Sure or guessing?
I'm not completely sure.
Okay, 2017. So I hope that you don't know the major provisions of this policy.
Sir, I know the overarching framework which is governing the policy, but I'm not sure about the exact provisions.
Okay, and objectives?
The objective is to make UP a manufacturing hub, first and foremost, and to create employment and to have an equitable distribution of economy.
Any time-bound target for manufacturing, production and employment generation?
Sir, I'm not sure about that.
Okay, thank you, Nayan.
Nayan, so you have a keen interest in football and chess.
Yes, sir.
What is the diameter of football?
Sir, the length is not fixed, but it is in the section of 90 to 195 meter.
I'm not asking about the ground's measurement. I'm asking about the football's diameter.
So if I have to guess, it would be around 20 to 25 centimeter in diameter.
And what is the weight of football, the standard football?
It is around 1.5 kg.
1.5 kg. And what is the standard board size of chess?
So I'm not sure about that.
Can you name some player of chess in India?
Yes, sir. Since young grandmasters of India are in news currently, I would like to mention R. Praganananda and of course Vishwanathan Anand and Koneru Hampi, Miss Koneru Hampi.
Most of the chess players are coming from southern India. Why it is not popular in northern India?
Sir, I think it is more or less related to the cultural aspects, because chess, of course, it was played in northern India as well as southern India, but the push of the local government as well as the emergence of local players have propelled the popularity of chess in southern states to a higher level than that it is in northern India.
My experience is that the northern Indian society are playing chess on the land surface or within the society. What's your take? They are not interested on board game. They are interested in land surface and they are interested in society. They are playing the chess.
So I think what you are alluding to is the fact that the northern society is more or less not at the same level of education and economic upliftment as the southern society. So our problems are much more related.
Oh, I'm not thinking like that. I'm pointing out regarding the politics. They are engaged in the politics rather than the board chess, and they are playing chess during political scenario of the society.
So I think politics is as volatile and as unpredictable in southern India as in northern India. I think it has no direct correlation between the amount of chess that we play.
They are putting more energy on politics, the northern Indian people. Is it right?
I think so, yes.
That's why they are not playing chess on board.
I would not go as far as saying that our productivity for politics is hindering our progress in chess.
Can you mention some Durkheim's theory?
Yes. Social facts is one of the major contributions.
First of all, give the name of Durkheim's theory.
Sir, he gave the concept of social facts.
Okay, first. Then?
And then he did a seminal work on the theory of suicide.
Okay, then?
And he was instrumental in explaining the sociological origins of religion and what importance it plays in society.
And what about the division of labor?
Yes, it was one of them.
One of them. What is the difference between the division of labor theories of Durkheim's and the Gandhi?
The Durkheim viewed division of labor as a functional prerequisite. It's a functional thing which every society must undergo so that it can function properly. But I think Gandhi also ascribed to similar views, but he would not go as far as saying that there were no misfunctions or bad functions of forced division of labor as we were forced upon by the colonial masters.
As a SDM, do you believe on this theory?
No, sir. I don't actually believe that division of labor is preordained and society needs division of labor, whether it should be a forced one or it should be voluntary.
So your belief is the jack of all trades, master of none?
Sir, I believe that everyone should be given a fair opportunity so that they can choose on their own. A division of labor, if it must come, it should not be forced upon us.
Okay, thank you, Nan.
Thank you, sir.
Then you are just talking about Durkheim. Okay, there are two very important theories, one by Durkheim and the other by Marx: anomy and alienation. What is the difference between the two?
Durkheim viewed enemy as the normlessness of the society. He explained that when society undergoes huge changes, then sometimes the norms and values which govern people, they are not able to catch up to the material developments. So people experience a sense of normlessness. But Marx.
Do you have any example of that anomy?
Yes, sir. In the industrialization, when there was rapid industrialization, the early parts of industrialization in England, there was a huge shift in how the society used to work. There was emergence of new cities, and people were going to the urban areas, so it was creating new social relations and new social problems emerged. So it was a case of enemy. And Marx viewed enemy as a persistent character of society. He did not view it as something that happens to occur once in a while. He thought,
what are the three stages of alienation highlighted by Marx?
Sir, I'm not sure, but I would like to speculate. He thought alienation with oneself, with fellow people, with the product, and with the whole production process.
That is alienation from the society, okay, then fellow, and the extreme is that oneself. Okay, that is Marx. Then last question, मुझे हिंदी में जवाब देना, ठीक है? कैपिटल पनिशमेंट के बारे में सुप्रीम कोर्ट का क्या ऑब्जर्वेशन है इंडिया में?
तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट का मानना है कि कैपिटल पनिशमेंट सिर्फ एक्सट्रीम केसेस में हमको देनी चाहिए. कैपिटल पनिशमेंट जो है वो रेट्रीब्यूटिव जस्टिस का पार्ट नहीं है. वो रेट्रीब्यूटिव जस्टिस का पार्ट है, रिस्टोरेटिव जस्टिस का पार्ट नहीं है. इसलिए हमारा ज़्यादा ध्यान जो विक्टिम और जो परपेट्रेटर है उसके रिफॉर्म पे होना चाहिए, बजाय उसको कैपिटल पनिशमेंट देने के.
अच्छा, मान लो बहुत बार ऐसा होता है बलात्कार के केस में, जो जघन्य ढंग से बलात्कार का केस है, उसमें अगर किसी कोर्ट ने, हाई कोर्ट ने मृत्युदंड दिया हुआ हो और सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने उसको रिवर्स करके कहा हो जो नहीं, लाइफ इम्प्रिजनमेंट होना चाहिए, मृत्युदंड नहीं, क्या मानना है आपका?
सर, मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि कोई भी व्यक्ति सुधार से ऊपर नहीं है. नो मैन इज़ बियॉन्ड रिफॉर्मेशन. तो इस वजह से अगर सुप्रीम कोर्ट का मानना है कि उसको मृत्युदंड के बजाय आजीवन कारावास की सज़ा होनी चाहिए, तो ये एक प्रोग्रेसिव कदम है और मैं इसका सपोर्ट करता हूँ.
चलो नयन, आपसे बात करके अच्छा लगा. यू कैन गो नाउ.
थैंक यू सर.
Yes, come in. Take your seat, Nan.
Thank you, sir.
So, Nan, how do you feel? What is your evaluation?
Sir, I could have done better.
You could have done better. Okay, and what about the dress code? Are you going in suit?
Yes, sir, I would be.
Okay, so be more careful with dressing. That's very important. Nan, you are a very good candidate, almost excellent. Okay. Which is reflected from your answers which you have given to us, and you are from Aligarh, then also Jhansi is also there, Bundelkhand area. Sociology is another very important aspect, and your answers generally that has been quite good. Your answers have been quite good and interesting, even your concluding remarks when it was asked in Hindi and then regarding capital punishment. So you were not hesitant in supporting the thing. So that's a very important trait of personality of an administrator. Like if one has to take some decision, so decision has to be taken. Okay. Then also, Nan, like your these things, football, chess, foreign language, cinema, you have questions have been asked from it, and you have answered them. Sociology, again, very good, and I'm happy with anomy and alienation. Alienation, okay, you came out with that, and also I assisted you, but it was good. That's very good. Just at one place, I had some thing like one is that is when talking about polygyny. Okay, unless until you are sure of the answer, then don't make any even wild guess. Because if it involves certain communities or certain things, that is one. At one time we talked about adherents of Islam, so we don't have to go into that. Okay, we can leave it out. That was a guess, and I must tell you that it's a wild guess. Okay, so we should not venture into that kind of thing, unnecessary venture. Okay, so you should not. Otherwise, one, that solar energy, your answers were quite good. And green booth, that was in Lucknow, it was experimented, zero carbon.
Yes, sir. Now I remember.
And that is through solar energy. So since it was first, so you should remember these kind of things. And regarding the programs and policies which the government has in all the fields, particularly gender field and also in other fields, you must be well aware of those things. Your interview is on 4th.
Yes.
I think you will do very well. Just prepare yourself according to the facts given in your DAF. Prepare that. And Aligarh and Jhansi, two main areas. Sociology, quite important. They might ask certain questions from sociology. Do you have any question? One more thing. Yes. Your name, since they don't have the name, but please do remember, if they tell you to introduce yourself, and if you give your name, talk about your name, Nayan Gautam, then prepare about Gautam. Gautam Rishi. Generally, it will not happen, but even then, for emergency, so have a better idea of Gautam Rishi, Saint Gautam, and Gautam Buddha also, Gautam Buddhnagar also. So many things. Gautam. Do you have any question?
Yes, sir. My primary question was that I'm not entirely comfortable in Hindi since I've been educated in English, and it's my mode of expression, primary mode of expression. Should I tell the board members that if they ask that would they consider conducting the interview in Hindi and English? Should I say that only English?
No, never. That is why I asked last question in Hindi, and your answer was very good, and you were quite comfortable. So suppose you have been educated in English medium, most of us naturally from there, but if the interview is taking place in Hindi and some question is that is in Hindi, you should try to reply in Hindi, even if that's a mixed kind of thing. You can easily use English, not the sentence, the technical terms. There is no problem about that, but be comfortable with Hindi. Otherwise, if you say this thing, so then your chances will be nil. Yes, almost. It has happened to some of the candidates. We know that. So if it is in Hindi, be comfortable and reply in Hindi. Okay. And since you are a very good candidate, I don't think you do have any problem in answering even in Hindi.
Sir, I'm getting gradually comfortable.
Yes, be comfortable with that. And it also depends on the board. They might also, some members might also ask in English. So absolutely no problem. But you don't say this that because when you're going to join administration, naturally you have to serve the people. And people, they are not educated in English. It's and UP is the Hindi belt. We all know that.
Yes, sir.
So be comfortable with Hindi. Okay. Chalo, all the best.